Jackson Podcast.
When I put that clip up of that 22-year-old young individual from New Jersey, I didn't think it would spark this much controversy. And that is like ridiculous, the comparison at the end of the day. But I want to commend Jim Jones for staying in the algorithm because hip hop is different now. If you want to be able to finance what you're doing, you got to stay into the algorithm. But he mentioned it at the BET Awards. He went on Fat Joe and Jadakiss platform and talked about it there. Now he's on Unc Ocho on Nightcap and Uncle Shay losing it. Now in hip hop, it's already a divide between the age groups and the perception that people have of who's the GOAT, who's the greatest at this time, that time. And I feel like, we having too much of a recency bias thing in this culture instead of like appreciating history. Or is history something that we should just put to the wayside? That was then, this is now. We shouldn't appreciate history. So before we get into the Uncle Shay, I hate saying Shay for some reason. Shannon Sharpe and Ocho podcast, we're gonna play what Jim Jones had to say on Kiss and Joe show. Let's go.
Keep it a buck here.
Yeah, but let's
keep it a buck. You heard? Let's keep it a buck because you'll bring it up. There must be some type of misconception or what's that word? When it comes to Jim Jones and what Jim Jones have done in this game. A lot of these rappers.
We made them take the darkies off.
A lot of these rappers have done a tremendous job, and I take nothing away from them. But they forget, I got a hell of a catalog. Me, Jim Jones, myself. Gold records, platinum records, gold albums, platinum albums. Me, Jim Jones. No diplomats, no nobody else. Me, Jim Jones. Check my track record. Then check everybody else's track record. Then go to the billboards and check all my entries. Then check all them niggas' entries and shit like that. And I'm not taking nothing away from nobody. But I hear the comparisons and the niggas be trying to act funny when it comes. No, I've been spanking a lot of this shit. I'm talking about the industry. I've been putting on. So let's not get into that where we get into numbers and I got to show you the statistics of what I've done. You heard to what other people was done. You heard them. You want to go to the billboard entries, pull up Nas billboard entries, then pull up my billboard entries.
Listen, we can't compare the two. What I'm trying to tell you is
I want to go there. I want to go down the line now, because now we going down the line. He's a rapper and I'm a rapper.
Listen,
let's go statistically.
It feels great.
No, but I want to go statistically, because when people be like,
I feel the same way. We all feel the same way.
And forget about the numbers. You heard? My numbers back up.
Let me step up to the forefront. Us in the music of hip-hop culture have a problem, is a thing. And there's nothing, the world goes off numbers, but in hip-hop, we don't pay enough homage to those before us the correct way. And sometimes it's even myself. So it gets... No other genre of music fucking, I don't even know who to use.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, hip-hop is like basketball.
Jelly Roll's never gonna say that about
hip-hop is like basketball. John Morant get on a call with LeBron, he's going to kill LeBron. So this is what this is about.
Any of that shit is murder.
This is what this is about. There's nothing that could, there's never, is me, putting me up against anybody, I'm taking me every time. Every time.
Okay, but let me say something though, Jim.
In every category, I get busy.
You started off saying you grew up watching Nas.
Of course, I didn't take that away from
the only situation I'm saying now to you, right? There is no situation.
I always tell people that story.
Shannon Jackson Podcast.
You know what really caught my attention in that is he was talking about, let's pull the numbers up. I got the numbers too. The statistics, because he was talking about billboard entries and speaking about what he has done as an individual outside of Dipset. And salute to Jim Jones, because he is the only person from Dipset that's actually currently holding the Dipset down from a musical aspect. We don't see Joel Santana putting out nothing. And to me, he is the best rapper in the group. Likability, Cameron. And my favorite music from the Dipset was created by Cameron. SDE, Come Home With Me, Purple Haze, those albums was great albums. Diplomatic Immunity, I love that album also though. But kids started talking about paying homage, and then Jim Jones combated that with numbers. You know, it's artists that we don't pay homage to that's greats from the past. And I want to name a few of those artists that, if you want to talk about numbers and stuff, somebody that's not appreciated, Ja Rule, man. You know, I ain't even a fan of Ja Rule's music like that. But if you want to talk about numbers and success and accomplishments, Ja Rule has to be mentioned. LL Cool J. Now, it's different when we start talking about LL Cool J. All of the things that he's done, but we have a recency bias that we don't appreciate. That Nelly, you know, it might have been more fun and he was exciting and having fun and making more music for the ladies. But if we want to talk about numbers, let's talk about numbers. Now let's pull the numbers up in Nas and Jim Jones. Here it is. Age difference now. Age difference. They just 3 years apart, man. You know, Nas might have started in 94, and Jim was saying in his interview that he was a fan of Nas since he was in 11th grade. But Nas was just first year out of high school when he dropped that album. We're gonna look at Spotify listening numbers now. He made me pull this up. I didn't want to pull this up. You know, he made me pull this up. Look, 9.2 million Spotify listeners to 860K. Net worth 80 million to 10 million. Singles released 79 plus to 47 singles. Now, this is what he said. Billboard hot entries. Nas got 15 plus. Jim Jones has 2. Platinum albums. Nas has 8. Jim Jones has 0. So he made us pull the numbers up for us to get a perception of, he wanted to do this comparison thing, which I really don't think that it's a comparison. Not trying to shade Jim Jones, because hip hop is a culture that we appreciate the music. We appreciate whatever it is that you appreciate, because music isn't objective, it's subjective. It's about who you like. It's niggas riding around listening to Trippie Redd, Lil Yachty, and Lil Uzi Vert, and all of them type of guys or whatever. And I really don't even know what the hell going on, to be honest with you. So let's see what they talking about on here, man. This is what the whole video was made for. Unc and Ocho. See what's being said, man.
I've been signed my first deals 2 decades ago.
How do you determine who you work with now? When you want to work with the young artists, how do you go about that? How do you like, man, I kind of like him. I think we can make some beautiful music together.
I mean, I hold no prejudice. I'm looking for great music, and I'm looking for great aesthetic. Music isn't everything in today's world when it comes to music. If you got a lifestyle that you can sell, these kids could buy into, then that's just as good as having a great hit song and things like that. And that's how it worked for me. So it's a combination of things that I look for to work with the artist or to do business with the artist. But as far as doing music with the artists and things like that, obviously I'm a lover of music. So if I hear a record that I hit and I think is dope and I think the artist is dope, I'm gonna reach out to him.
How do you stay motivated? We lost him. Yeah.
Let me fast forward it a little bit, man, because I feel like,
damn, that was
I started
that was
it a
good.
little too early. I think it was around the 1. Okay.
Taken. So that's where I'm at in life right now. You know what I mean? The more I bless people, the more I get blessed. And it's just a testament of hard work and being resilient and being real with yourself. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you a question, Jim?
Mm-hmm.
You smoke, right?
Yeah.
Were you smoking when you said you better than Nas?
I might have been a little bit. Well, as far as let's get this right. I'm way more influential than Nas, and I don't care what nobody say. I know I made a little boo-boo when we talk about the sales and all this type of shit. I don't feel like getting into that rhetoric about where I started and where he started.
Well, you said that
but listen, Nas was nice when I was in high school. When I was in 10th grade, Nas came out. Nas was dope. We appreciated him. He had a little bit run. But Nas always came up second to Jay and DMX and all these other people. Like,
ain't no shame in that. There a lot of folks came up second to Tom Brady.
He never had that type of influence on us, except for his first album. I already told you, I used to want to dress like Nas because he had a lot of fresh clothes that the hustlers used to wear and shit. And we used to see him on TV. He had one of the illest albums of all time. And then in high school when he had the barbecue and shit like that. So I'm a real fan of Nas, but he kind of lost me after the movie Belly and shit like that. Like I don't.
Man, go ahead on with that, Jim.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm being honest. You ask me. I'm being a fan. I'm telling you the movie Belly was fire, but after that it kind of lost me. I think we was way too much into the game. Remember how this goes. Let's not. You ever heard of a Kofi list?
Yeah.
Yo, go back into your history and find out what happened between us and him. You dig? And I'm not trying to repeat history, but don't play with us when it comes to that, bro. We already went wild on them boys. You heard? We the ones that went wild on them boys. You heard?
Hey, Jim.
Yo, and people out here acting like I said I'm gonna bring the Kofi list back. I just told you I'm gonna change man. Stephen Law. Can you dig?
Nah, look, I'm putting it like this here, Jim. Hey, bro, you been at this thing, but lyrically, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you.
Yeah,
Y'all
but look how
ain't
you
effing with
dress.
Nas.
Look how you dress. You don't even be in the same places I be in.
But I can be in the church house. You can't F with Nas lyrics. I don't know who told you that. Now look, I know you on that good stuff, but you're not seeing Nas. You're not seeing Nas, bro. Let's be real.
You got a bunch of 40 and 50-year-olds in their panties because I said I'm better than Nas.
It don't matter.
Look at you. Look at you.
Nobody from Dipset gonna take you over Nas. Nobody from the Diplomats but you.
Hey, I got hold on, Jimmy. Hold on.
That shirt too tight.
Hold on. Jimmy.
You want to go back to I really mean it? I really mean it started. We could go back to the history, bro.
For you to even
say
that,
bro. Don't do that, bro. That
hold on.
I
got a question.
Stick up for itself and meet me in a booth or something if we want to do something historical.
Nas say he don't do that no more. Nas say he don't do that
because he got $100 million. He's a very wealthy man. You heard he's a very smart businessman. He got a couple business licks.
Hold on. Jimmy, hold on. I got a question, Unc. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on, Jim. Hold on. Unc, I got a question. And this you do, Jimmy, and anything that you do, right, Unc? I've heard you preach it all the time, right? When you was playing football, your first thing you always say, ain't nobody here better than me.
Tell him again.
You done told me that story a million times. Wait, listen to me now.
Fuck you think I'm gonna be second to anybody in this world?
Jimmy.
But
God, Jimmy, stay with me real quick. Stay with me now. Unc, stay with me now. But I'm just saying that mentality, isn't that how you supposed to feel? Isn't that how you supposed to feel?
You know, let me ask you a question. When you was on the field, you thought you was better than T.O. and Moss?
Hell yeah, what you mean?
Man,
I ain't gonna say it out loud.
You done came on here and say, I ain't better than Moss, I'm not better than T.O., I'm not better than Rice. You said that.
I'm not playing the game no more.
But you weren't. When you was playing.
That's the difference.
Hey, Jim, while you talking, you need to get with the locks.
I'm still playing.
Jada them done cooked all at the verses.
I'm still playing. I'm still playing
Jada,
at a high level.
Hey,
you check my record.
You jumping up the
I'm still playing at a high level.
You need to go back and get Jada.
I'm rapping at a high level. You better check my stats, bro. I will run circles around Nas rapping right. I will run circles around Nas rapping right now.
Boy, hey, you know something about Shannon Sharpe. He always get emotional and extremely passionate, and that says a lot about him too. You know, men and ego is very, very interesting. You know, Jim said that he's more influential than Nas. Let's break it down. In what way? If you watching my podcast and you're 22, 32, and you favor what Jim Jones is saying, in what way is he more influential than Nas? Because I can give him something. I see that he influenced people with the rock star dress and the chains, and niggas was wearing Ed Hardy and them glittery belts and shit and all of that though. But when it comes to hip hop, lyrics, bars, putting the songs together, metaphors, rhyme patterns, schemes, why is everybody coming in Nas right now? And I just had to do a video about RZA talking about Jizza is a better rapper than Nas lyrically. People are coming at Nas for what? And he ain't even said nothing. So another thing, he said that he always came second to Jay-Z and DMX. Second is better than not being in top 10, period. I don't think that, no disrespect to Jim, I can name 10 artists better than him at rapping and statistics in New York City than Jim Jones. And he went straight up to the top. Like, the locks just proved I'm going to tell y'all something about that versus. When that versus started, that was right after the Gucci and Jeezy battle. Or it was before or right after, one of the two. I had Dipset winning is because it was more of their music that I listened to. But when them records start coming on, Jadakiss doing the freestyle, Joel Santana said they don't got no songs for the women. Then they came with the Mariah Carey record. Then they got Kiss got the Usher record that was on Confessions. I was like, wow, I gotta brush up on my history because I'm lost. That's another thing. Look at the keyword history. You know, every artist that always have something to say about Nas, I always go back to his debut album and try to limit him to his debut album. And I'm not defending Nas because I don't have to. It's just the fact that the rhetoric that people be spewing be foolishness at the end of the day. Let's let them cook though.
Right now,
I will put his microphone up. Let me take my mic off.
I will run Saturn around Nas right now rapping. Everybody knows that. You heard?
He
Let's not talk about the past.
He put it down. He set it down.
I will run laps around Nas rapping right now, bro.
Jim. Oh, you talking right now? But I'm talking about when y'all and his prime and your prime, you couldn't see him.
I'm still in it. Oh, Cam was smoking his boots. I wasn't rapping when he was rapping, but Cam really got at him. You remember I really mean it? We've been getting at them boys, but this is not about that. Right now, 2025, I'm in the game still rapping at a high capacity. If Nas wants to smoke, come in the booth. I will rap circles around.
Smoke. He enjoying that 150 million, 200 million.
Okay, then. So then leave me alone while I'm on the field.
You was effing with him. He wasn't bothering you.
I'm on the field. I'm picking on whoever, whatever. I don't care. I'm on the field.
Well,
and guess who's the most
field? And Kendrick, Drake, Weezy, they on the field. You need to call like Drake. You need to call like Weezy. You need to call like Kendrick. You need to call somebody that's still in it. He ain't in it.
Why?
I ain't gonna let that rhetoric go by just like that because Jim Jones is saying that he'll wrap circles around Nas and he's still in and he's still in the game putting out high quality music and stuff though. When at the end of the day, I want to know y'all perception about this also because leave this in the comment section for me, y'all thoughts. Nas just dropped 6 albums in 3 years. Magic 1, 2, and 3. King Disease 1, 2, and 3. Working with Hit Boy. This year he is growing his label by putting out 7 albums with the artists that he signed: Raekwon the Chef, Ghostface Killer, himself, Mobb Deep, Big L. Slick Rick just dropped from his label. So he's doing things on a massive scale, and they sitting up here saying that he's at home enjoying his music. I think that they're not up on what's happening, or they actually don't care because he just dropped 6 albums in the last 3. He putting out 7 this year on his label. What's the comparison?
Kendrick ain't my age. Kendrick ain't my age. I wasn't dating my era. That's not my era.
He retired. Have you ever heard of retirement?
Well, that's my era, so I'm calling all of them out. I don't care if you retired or not. Deal with it. If not, meet me in the booth, Jack. You heard? Meet me in the booth. And I'm just talking about
call Jada.
Let's get this right. I'm not mad. It's about the sportsmanship of the game. People know I'm a very aggressive person, and that seems to get misconstrued when I'm talking my shit. I'm just talking my shit, you heard? Let me talk my shit because I am on the field. If anybody got a problem with that, they can meet me on the field. That is the booth. Anybody from that era. Anybody.
Hey, well,
you know what? Anybody from that era. Anybody.
Well, you and Jada in the same era.
Anybody from that era. Don't try
you ain't seeing Jada. Stop that. Stop that.
Anybody from that era.
Stop that.
I'm not scared of nobody.
Man, hey, see you speeding right now.
Anybody from that era.
Hey,
I'm not scared of nobody.
Hey, I got to put the brake assist on. You speed, so I got to slow you down.
I'm in the field daily. In the booth daily. Anybody want to work out, tell them come to the field.
This is the perfect opportunity. You're not even paying attention. Your antennas ain't up right now. Listen, he said anybody from his era, anybody he in the field, right? Shit, we can have our own verses on our own nightcap verses.
Nah,
I got Nas and Jada.
It's deeper than the verses. It's about who making music. Meet me in the booth. Put the record up. Give us a time to do the record by. Give us a subject, and let's see who gonna smoke who on the booth.
Yeah, it is.
That's it.
Man, come on.
It's about the sportsmanship. It's about the craftsmanship. Fuck the numbers. Fuck the records. You heard? Because we both got records that can smash. We both got. Nigga, meet me in the booth.
You know, it's more that I could play. I'm not gonna play more. The comparisons and the delusionalness is crazy. I like the fact that they started arguing about working out and all of that. Uh, I just want to say at the end of the day, Jim Jones is very delusional because he is even comparing himself and dissing and talking crazy about the Clips and Pusha T when we know them boys get busy. Also, he just left Jada and Joe podcast. I just played the clip at the beginning, and now he's saying that meet me in the booth. I commend him on being confident and being aware of self and knowing what he feels as if he's capable of. But he got humbled at the verses, and I feel as if he'll get humbled again here soon. But at the end of the day, salute to you, Jim, man, for staying in the algorithm, getting your bread, and doing your thing, man. This hip hop at the end of the day, and I'm here to discuss it. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to my show, though, man. Hit the like button. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. We do daily content over here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace, love, plenty of abundance. Make sure you go get you some money, and I'm gone.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.